Hi, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who enjoy drinking and discussing anime. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Hannah, and we'll be watching Ouran High School Host Club. And just fair warning, we will be watching this as a dub and not a sub. Don't come at us. Other disclaimer is that there will be spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, pause and watch the episode yourself and then come back and listen along. We will also be going over explicit content and we'll probably say some pretty explicit things. So listener, beware, and it's to your own discretion.
We hope you enjoy. Pour yourself a drink and join us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baka Bitches. We are two 30-something-year-olds who like to drink and talk about anime. I'm Hannah.
I'm Stephanie.
And Stephanie, what are we drinking tonight?
This is our last episode.
It is.
Bittersweet, but also a celebration. We made it to the end.
We did. I guess I wasn't sure if we'd make it this far. We didn't see it going this far, but we did. We made it.
Yeah. If we have accomplished nothing else in our lives, we can say we did this.
We finished.
We committed and we got there.
We did.
Bittersweet, but definitely we're celebrating.
Oh yeah.
Champagne.
All
the champagne. Straight
up bubbly, you guys, because we are concluding this season of our podcast. We'll be on with another anime. Don't worry about it. We'll continue the shenanigans. We just don't know with what yet. But we'll surprise you with that later down the road. It's fine.
It'll be good.
Yeah, it's good.
All anime is good.
It's very good.
Good.
Anime good. I like good. Anime. Okay, you guys. So the synopsis for our final episode of Ouran High School Host Club is, this is our Ouran Fair. And it goes like this. Lady Eclaire pays off Haruhi's debt once she notices Tamaki's interest in her. But Haruhi declines leaving, realizing she doesn't want to lose her friends. Kyoya learns that Tamaki is on his way to the airport with Lady Eclaire. The hosts race against time to recover Tamaki, but find that Yoshio Otori has ordered the Black Onion Squad to keep them from interfering. Haruhi, Hikaru, and Kaoru use a horse-drawn carriage to pursue the couple, while Kyoya, Honey, and Mori battle the Otori family police. Hikaru gets hurt in a carriage crash, and Kaoru stays behind to care for him. Haruhi catches up to the car carrying Tamaki and Eclaire as they cross a bridge, and she stands, begging Tamaki to return. Tamaki begins to respond, but is stopped by Eclaire. Haruhi falls from the carriage and off the bridge. Eclaire, realizing where Tamaki's heart truly lies, releases him, and Tamaki thanks her before jumping from the car to save Haruhi. At the Ouran ball, Haruhi dances with all the members of the host club. Yuzuru and Yoshio discuss their sons, with Yoshio revealing that Kyoya had outmaneuvered him by stealing his company, then giving it back as proof he didn't need it to be happy. Both men agree to remain friends, but disagree over whether Tamaki or Kyoya will marry Haruhi. The final scene returns to Music Room 3 as the hosts thank the viewers for watching. So, I feel like that synopsis is pretty, choppy in a way with just how it's written, but we'll get into the details of it all, so don't worry. We'll make it way more fun than that synopsis ever made it seem.
What do you mean? It was riveting.
It wasn't.
No.
No.
It was pretty dry.
It was just like, Haruhi does this. Tamaki does this. And I'm like, okay. Anyways, that's what you get for reading off Wikipedia, you guys.
Heard.
It's fine.
So we are now on day 2 of the Ouran Fair.
Yeah. We're on day 2. It opens up with the host club still doing host clubby things. And there's scenes of Haruhi at home, kind of getting ready for school, and her dad more or less like, don't you want to eat breakfast? You're not even going to sit down and eat breakfast with me? And she's like, no, I'm not hungry. I'm just going to get to school. And then we go to the school where Haruhi is requested as the host, and she's requested by Eclaire so they can sit down and have a little chitty chat, where more or less Eclaire says, yeah, Tamaki's not coming anymore. I told him that I would be very upset, not happy with him at all, if he even steps one foot inside this club. And
yeah, she's kind of a bully.
She really is.
She's bullying Haruhi. She's bullying her soon-to-be husband.
Yeah. Controlling ass bitch, man. Yeah. And so she more or less tells Haruhi that and leaves, more or less. Just kind of draws those hard boundaries with Haruhi, and Haruhi's like, okay, bitch.
Yeah, pretty much.
And let's see what else happens, because she leaves pretty quickly, not too long after she tells Haruhi that, and where do we go from there? I can't remember what happened after that. Stephanie, help. Do you have notes?
Yep. Kyoya frees Haruhi from her vase debt.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, Eclaire leaves, and Kyoya's like, okay, low-key, she more or less paid the rest of your debt off, so you are no
longer... From your vase.
From the vase.
Honestly, it's been so long since that happened. I forgot that that's even what triggered it.
Yeah,
like,
right?
It slips my mind.
I know.
Because she's just so entangled in all of this, shenanigans.
It's not even like she's really working it off anymore. It's just she's there because it's routine, and she actually secretly likes it, even though she doesn't want to give that off. Yeah, so she's actually very shocked by that. She's like, wait, so I literally have no ties to the host club anymore? And yeah, Kyoya's just like, yeah, you're free to go if you want to leave. You're not obligated anymore. And I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, well, I mean, literally, Tamaki's like, the club's being dissolved anyways, so like, I don't know why this is a shock to anyone.
Right.
That even if she still had some sort of a debt, like, if the club is not there anymore, then the debt is gone too.
One would assume.
That's what I would assume. But anyways, it was very shocking drama stuff. And she doesn't really take that well. And I don't think she expected that. Yeah, so what's next?
Yeah. Okay. You need to cool it on the champagne.
Struggling here.
So then Kyoya's dad comes by, and Haruhi stands up to him and is like, yeah, we're all here for a reason.
Yeah, I don't think it's a waste of time.
Your son is a good son. And, like, we're all here because we like entertaining. We like, the camaraderie.
Yeah, we're
part of the team. We're family. Yeah.
We're family. This is fun for us. And, yeah, she goes on one of her usual kind of tirades, I guess, where she's just like, Did you ever think that maybe we enjoy hosting because we want to give a great experience to other people,
right,
and give them a really good time, and we feel good about that, like we feel like we're doing something with our lives at high school. So and then he just old Ulturi guy, dude, mean man, slappy boy, he walks away and is just like, I see, and I hate that response. I hate that. You see that response so much in anime where they just walk off and they're, I see, like they've just discovered something. I hate it because I'm like, okay, you see what?
Dead
Explain
people.
yourself.
I see. Dead people.
Just credit scenes. M. Night Shyamalan, ding dong.
Yes.
And scene.
Yeah, it was pretty unsatisfying. He just walked away and then we just scene cut.
Yeah.
And Tamaki's playing piano.
Mm-hmm. Like they're still at the academy, but they're like, it almost seems like some sort of like suite.
It was like a luxury hotel or something.
Yeah, it was weird because, I mean, Homegirl was showering.
Lady Eclaire, showering.
Showering.
With her opera goggles.
Like, that
getting all fogged up and shit. And she's just like, this is good.
She's holding it to her eyes, you guys, as she's taking a shower.
In the shower.
Like, butt naked as far as we know. It wasn't like
she's not butt naked anymore. She's got those things glued to her eyeballs.
Well, that's true. That's all she's wearing is that. She's holding those up to those irises and just, like, zoning out in the shower. She's a very strange girl. Yeah. You guys.
And it kind of seemed like she heard the piano. Mm-hmm. So she perked up a little bit. Yeah. And so she towels off.
Yeah, she towels off.
She's got towels still wrapped around her neck. Mm-hmm. Comes out wearing clothes, which was kind of a disappointment, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Comes out wearing a dress. She's got the towel around her neck, and then she starts to, like, intertwine all of her limbs around Tamaki as he plays piano.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, girl, you both are, like, 16, 17, like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? I have reached that age in life where I see teenagers do
adult things,
and I'm like, no, you are a child. Yeah. I have reached the age of being King Triton when Ariel's like, but Daddy, I love him. You're 16. You are grounded, young lady.
Yes, exactly.
Word. Yeah, so,
Well, then the childish in her does come out because then his phone starts ringing.
And he is about to pick that up. And this abusive motherfucker, like this, controlling bitch, reaches, grabs his phone off of the piano.
Property damage.
Because she sees that it's Haruhi calling, and, like, she gets jealous too now. And she's like, I can't believe it. And we flash back to, I believe we flash back at this point to back to Haruhi and Lady Eclaire sitting at the table in the host club, and it's more or less not only Eclaire saying, like, I've told Tamaki not to come here anymore. She asks Haruhi, like, more or less, what are you to Tamaki? Are you his lover? And Haruhi responds, like, well, no, I'm not his lover. I don't have that kind of relationship with him. And Eclaire's like, well, then he doesn't care about you. And Haruhi claps back and is like, I may not be his lover, but I am something to him. Mm-hmm. Like, there is still a relationship. That did not sit well with Eclaire at all. So she kind of, like, stomps off.
She is an insecure 16-year-old.
True, with, like, a weird alien face. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's fine if you're into that sort of thing, I guess.
So she's, just
Yeah.
Straight up sinks his phone with the fish.
Yeah.
Poor fish.
She's like, screw this, dunks it into the arowana tank. And that poor fish is gonna get like 5G cancer now.
But at least we could use him as a hotspot in the future.
That's true.
He's now my Wi-Fi enabled.
He's gonna be mounted to the wall, stuffed and mounted. It's fine. Greater reception.
So this is the point where I stopped taking notes. So I hope we can finish it from here.
Yes, I think I got it. I got it.
We're good.
So, what was alluded to in the previous episode is now coming to light, which is when Mr. Abusive Otori Man comes in, and I find it very weird. This is another thing which I don't get of having teenagers do business deals with adult men. Like, I don't care if they're rich.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, that's more or less kind of what's happening is Mr. Otori comes in to do business because apparently Lady Eclaire's family, who is the rich upon rich upon rich, and the most elite of elite people, her family is buying out his company, or trying to. And I guess, I mean, I don't really know how these kind of business deals work, but, like, I guess Mr. Otori, the one who owns the company, has no control in this? Or something?
Yeah, I don't understand quite how that business model works.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is just a thing to float the plot a bit, or
Probably.
if, like, this is a legit thing where, like, you can own a company, but you can't control another company buying you outright.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I'm a dumb bitch. It's fine. But
no, you're not. You're stupid, bitch. Stupid.
Stupid.
Baka bitch.
I am a baka.
Baka.
So, anyways, that's more or less what's happening, and apparently that's going to be pretty salacious in the media of this family buying this, you know, the Otori company. And Mr. Otori is delving into this and telling Tamaki that while he's sitting across the way from Miss Eclaire, yeah, it's just a weird little thing that is happening. And also because of Tamaki's phone being in the fish tank, Kyoya is trying to call him at this point, and, you know, the phone is just ringing and ringing. No one's picking up, and Kyoya's getting upset. He's like, where the hell is this bro? He should be here.
Right.
But he's not here, because this is the last night. It's the evening for, you know, the fair, and it's going to be yet another big shindig. End of the fair party thing. And they're all dressed up in, I don't even know what era this is, but it's like fancy, like medieval-ish clothing, Renaissance-ish clothing, I guess you could say. And they're dressed up to the nines and all this stuff.
It was pretty extra.
It was very extra. And kind of what, just clothes that you would see, I don't know.
At a Ren fair?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like, but fancier, because, you know.
It was elevated Ren fair.
Yeah, elevated.
Not a trashy Ren fair.
No, very elevated. And so after trying Tamaki's phone and Kyoya being like, okay, that's useless, he decides to call the landline of Tamaki's house. And the real MVP grandmother stand-in answers the phone, and she's like, oh, Kyoya, well, Tamaki isn't answering because he's gonna be leaving for France. And Kyoya's like, excuse? What? And MVP grandma is like, yeah, for real, I told him not to do this, but he's going along with it. Like, he decided to get engaged to this Eclaire lady because he, is making that sacrifice for you guys. And not only that, but it was, he was given the chance to see his mom again if he follows through with the engagement.
Which is so shitty.
So shitty.
Who wants to be married under those kind of circumstances?
To see your mom, which, like, I'd be like, yeah, I want to see my mom, obviously, but, like, to then go into a legal binding marriage where he's going to be miserable.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, she's a complete
terrible
bitch. And not even just a fun-loving Baka bitch like us. Like,
no.
She's, like, straight up just a bitch.
No, just a bitch. A controlling bitch, you guys. Yeah. A CB. And so, not only that, but he literally thinks that he's setting the rest of the club free to do what they want.
Not really realizing that they all equally enjoy this.
Yeah, they still willingly come in to do it.
Right. They're there because they want to be there.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, that would be any indication because, Haruhi was the only one that was in debt to the club. Everyone else was literally there because they wanted to sign up for the club. They want to do the things.
Right.
So, anyways, all of this is being told to Kyoya, and he's like, well, shit, like, when is he leaving for France? And she's like, this evening. Literally this evening.
Yeah.
Kyoya's like, that dummy, why is he leaving so soon? This is insane. He hasn't even dropped by.
Because he a dummy.
He a dummy. He a big dumb.
Yeah.
And that is literally when they see Tamaki and Eclaire being driven in this, top-down convertible red car, like, driving out of the school, heading towards the airport. And they're like, oh, shit, we gotta catch up. And Kyo's like, well, my family car is still probably gonna be in the garage. Let's go. So they head towards the garage, and not like a garage, but like a big public car garage thing. Just so you have that in mind. And they get to, not like a family garage, just not like that, you guys.
Like a parking garage.
Yeah, because they're still at the academy. So...
While they get mobbed out.
Yeah, they get mobbed out because they get to Kyoya's car, and they're like, come on, you gotta go. And the chauffeur's like, well, sorry, bro.
Actually, I only answer to your father.
Yeah, your father. And that is when they're surrounded by the Otori private police. Crazy. So his own, protection services is turning against them. And, not only is it, 2 or 3, it's, at least 50.
It's an entire SWAT team.
It really is. It's the entire SWAT team.
Which is why
showing
it's
up.
Even more impressive by what progresses.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm not surprised just because of past episodes. But still
That's
amazing.
True.
Still amazing.
So then, seemingly out of nowhere, horses and horse carriage just pop out.
Yeah.
Like, surprise, motherfucker. we are here.
Yeah.
And so the twins get Haruhi. They're going to take the horse-drawn carriage to race down the road.
Yes, race down the road.
And catch up with Tamaki. While the rest are going to clean up.
Yes.
Clean up.
Take care of business.
I think that's the best way to put it.
It really is. Not that we necessarily
witnessed
see any of the action, which I wish we could have, because it could have been really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kyoya, Mori senpai, and Honey senpai stay behind to take care of business. Granted, Kyoya more or less just kind of stands there. He's not one to get his hands dirty. But Mori Senpai and Honey Senpai, they just, like, get triggered. They're serious. And they're like, we're not going to go easy on any of them. And they don't. They literally pile up the bodies.
It's amazing.
I'm here for it.
So Haruhi and Twincest brothers are now racing down the road. Horse-drawn carriage through a back road, right? Didn't they say that there was a back road that would, like,
they gotta get there
give them
faster.
a shortcut?
Gotta catch up somehow after being delayed.
Right. So they're doing that, going so fast.
So fast, like through the woods. And
horses are flying.
Horses are literally flying, you guys.
They're Pegasus horses now. They're
good Pegasus horses.
They're just leaping.
They're just doing what they're told.
It's incredible.
Hikaru is like yawing them, whatever. Yeah, make them go faster. And Kaoru's like, are you sure this is okay? Could we, like, maybe slow down? And
somebody's gonna get hurt.
Foreshadowing.
Moments later, carriage hits a rock.
I don't, typical, like, you know, something in the road.
Hits a rock, and then
and the horses
everybody goes
flying.
flying.
Carriage go flying. Hikaru go flying.
Hurt his arm.
And Kaoru...
Oh no! He's distressed. He's beside himself.
Right.
Distraught. He feels the pain as well.
Yeah. Not even the pain from his arm, but the fact that Tamaki is leaving, and thus, like, life will never be the same again, and there's no host club anymore. And so, in dramatic fashion, instead of like, my arm, it was, you can't do this to us, we're family. You know,
all the emotions. I have so many feelings.
His arm could have, like, been snapped in half and, like, turned, like, you know,
bone sticking out of it.
Yeah, and he'd be like, Tamaki, how dare you? But no, so Kaoru's like, I must stay with my brother, I love him. And so it was up to...
Well, Haruhi kind of resolves herself, right?
She does.
Because then we flash back even further to when she was getting ready to leave that morning, and we see that scene unfold. But then we get a little bit more with her and her dad, and how her dad's like, it's okay if you don't want to talk to me, but you can't hide because I know you. And, you know, last time you skipped breakfast was when your mother passed away, and so this is something that's equally shaken your world.
Yeah.
And you need to be strong. And then that's when she, like, readies herself.
Yeah.
She, like, rips off her dress and rips off her wig.
Yeah, she was Lady Godiva.
And just hi-yas the shit out of the flying horses.
That are somehow back up, ready to go, carriage unscathed.
Well, of course they're fine. They're flying horses.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it.
So she heads off on her own.
Yeah, down this shortcut, which hovers over the
freeway passageway down below.
And
she somehow makes the leap over. Now they are on the same street.
Yes, they're on a bridge.
What's really fortunate is that there's zero other cars anywhere.
Go figure.
Yeah, there's just like zero cars.
It's just like, it is not a day for driving. Or the time anyways.
There's no Sunday driving happening here.
Every rich person and their chauffeurs, I don't know, is it like nap time? I don't know. It doesn't matter. They're on the same road, and Haruhi, like, pulls up, and she's, like, pleading her case. Like, Tamaki, don't leave us. We love you, you dumb idiot. Well, she doesn't say love, but she more or less is like, I know that you thought dissolving the host club was going to be good for us, but literally we are there because we want to be there, because we like it. So, like, get your ass back over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you big dummy idiot. And
fair.
He's here for it. And he tries to go to reach for Haruhi's hand, because she's now just holding on to one rein for the horses.
2 horses, 1 rein.
Yeah. Yeah, we've seen the video.
It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
Yeah. So Tamaki reaches out for her and then gets stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Eclaire puts her hand on his arm to stop him.
Yeah.
And then in those moments, Haruhi loses control over the horses. Go figure.
Yeah.
Because she had it all under control up until then.
Yeah.
And then dramatically falls backwards into the river below them.
Yeah.
Because the position was so perfect that only 2 vehicles could be side by side at the same time. And there was no opposing traffic.
Right.
So she's been able to stay neck and neck with the car.
2 horsepower. Keeps up with the convertible.
2 horsepower, 1 bridge, water, so she falls backwards. No! Dramatic.
Yeah. Very slow fall because we have time to have some sort of brief interaction between Tamaki and Lady Eclaire. And Tamaki just looks at her, mouths something that we don't know in the moment, and like Lady Eclaire's eyes widen, like tears are somehow like rolling down her cheeks, and she lets go. And Tamaki just I don't even know how
he yeets himself out of the car,
the moving car,
over Lady Eclaire's body.
Uh-huh.
And then simultaneously, what I assume is also over the horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah, you've got
over the side of the bridge.
Yep.
He did it in one fell swoop.
And still falling right along with Haruhi.
Well, he dove to her, and she was just gracefully falling like a delicate little flower.
But the physics of it, because the vehicle was still moving, he would have like jumped off at a different part of the bridge.
That's true too.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
None of this makes sense.
It makes no sense.
And it also makes no sense that even if the positioning was not the problem, the fact that she fell over first, she's obviously going to hit the water first.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand this.
But see, it's the magic of anime.
Yeah. And
that is really the only answer,
something.
You guys.
It is something.
It's the magic of anime. And
he catches her in his arms.
They hold hands.
Looks like they might kiss, but then he just embraces her instead.
Just
and she just fully just gives into it.
Yeah.
Finally. She just lets it happen.
Well, yeah, this is the first time I think Haruhi has ever hugged him back.
Yeah.
Technically. And I don't know if it's because she was technically bracing for her life, because we don't really know like how deep is that water, or anything that's underneath it. But yeah, so they end up embracing and holding each other as they both dive head first into the river below, and they end up getting out just fine. Don't worry. So they get to the riverbank more or less.
Okay, but how do they get out?
Swimming? I don't know. They didn't really show.
Why is Tamaki carrying dripping wet Haruhi?
Because that is
like
what a prince
baby.
does.
Like a baby.
That's what a prince does.
That was just weird. It was weird as fuck. I'm going to say it. It was weird.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's all weird.
Like,
some of
that
the
was
stuff
not
doesn't
necessary.
make sense.
No part of her was broken or injured.
She's a fragile feather baby. It's fine.
So anyways, they safely make it out.
They do.
Right as the rest of the entirety of the host club shows up at that exact location.
Yeah.
On the riverbank.
Which means they must be tracking one of them or both of them. You know, they just, when they weren't looking,
little trackers.
They just shot them up with the little trackers or something.
Maybe they got them hooked up with the 5G.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
They're the hotspot.
They are the arowanas.
Yeah. So the rest of the host club catches up.
They meet up. Yeah, and Kyoya's
you're such an idiot.
You saved the dummy. And by dummy we mean Tamaki.
Obviously.
I mean, Haruhi is such...
There is no dumber than Tamaki, though.
It's big dumb.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so they all reunite. They're all happy again. and they immediately just
go back to high school.
Go back to high school.
To dance.
To do the dance, finish off the fair, and they're all dancing with each other. Haruhi's dancing with Honey Senpai first, then Mori Senpai, and she's just, being passed along between all the men. Hot.
It's a dream come true.
It's truly. And during this time, we get a cutscene of Mr. Abusive Otori in Mr. Chairman's office.
That was satisfying, wasn't it?
Very satisfying. Like, in so many ways. And it's a scene where the chairman is more or less asking Mr. Otori, like, what's the status of your company now? You know, that blah, blah, blah. And Mr. Otori is like, well, actually, someone else bought the company right before Lady Eclaire and her family could even get to it. And they went by the name KO. Which stands for knockout. It was a eBay bid, and he won. Just kidding. No.
I've already seen this like minutes ago, and I'm listening to your story like, yeah,
that makes sense.
And what else?
He got it for about $350. No. So he went by KO, and by he, I mean is Kiyoya Otori. Bought
how satisfying.
His daddy's company. On his own, and
then essentially threw it back.
Yeah,
was like, I don't even want this shit.
Yeah,
this is a piece of crap.
Yeah, more or less.
Just like a turd sandwich.
Like,
I don't even want this.
I don't even care. And like, that is such a big, like, that's big dick energy.
It is such big daddy energy
because like
it is like all the vibes that I want.
It really is. I'm like here for it because his father did not. I think expect that move at all. And that just shows that Kiyoya was like strategic. 5 steps ahead.
Strategic.
Like he scooped that up before Eclaire even or her family really set their eyes on it, and like that's so fucking impressive.
Even if they didn't get Tamaki back, but the anime still ended with that scene,
I'd be like, yes.
I would be okay with it.
Vindication.
I'd be like, all
just
right.
At that point. Like, I mean,
it's good enough.
Kiyoya never slapped his father back, but he did it.
He definitely slapped him back.
Of buying the company. Not physically. This was a statement, you guys. This was a message.
It was amazing.
It was a message.
Don't get on his bad side.
Absolutely do not.
Yeah. And honestly, if his dad wasn't such a dick, he wouldn't have had to do that anyways.
Yeah, honestly.
His daddy just would have loved him, given him a hug.
Yeah, been like, I'm proud of you, son, but no. No, this is what you get. You take that face and you rub it into it.
Exactly.
Like a dog that peed on the carpet. You just rub their nose in it.
Is that what you do?
No. Just kidding. No, you really don't. Don't do that. Truly don't do that. But, I mean, do that with your uppity, physical abusive father.
Sure.
That's fine. Do it all the way.
Do it.
Rub their nose in it.
And then send us a recap because we want to know about that.
Yeah. So, please do. I love details like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Kiyoya buys out his father's company and then says, but I don't want to run it. You run it, or more or less like, because Kiyoya still technically owns it, but he's just like, yeah, you have fun, keep running it, Dad. You're my little puppet now. I don't even want this. But,
sexy.
So
sexy.
So good. And then we get, as they're dancing and doing the thing, we get a cut back to the red convertible that's still driving down the road. And the chauffeur is like, Miss Eclaire, like, and you more or less find out through this conversation between the chauffeur and Miss Eclaire that Tamaki's mom is actually a maid at the Eclaire estate. And Lady Eclaire heard so many things about Tamaki from his mother while she was doing her maid duties and whatnot. And she more or less was like, well, if he had gone with me, he would have seen his mom. I would have taken him to her, but he lost out. More or less, like, this bitch is still a bitch.
Yeah.
And is like, yeah, I'm not.
She has no redeeming qualities.
No, absolutely not. And she's like, you know, even... and she even recognizes it, because she's like, even though I am who I am...
After all of that. The way that I've been with him.
For who I am, he still was nice to me. She admits that. And I'm like, girl, not only do you have weird fascination with opera goggles, but you're just the worst. Everyone is the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you see more of the dancing. You finally get to see Haruhi and Tamaki close in with each other, and right when that happens, Kyoya sweeps in and like steals her away to dance, and Tamaki is just raving mad about it. And
he did that intentionally.
Oh, absolutely, as Kyoya does. That's
always in control, pulling the strings.
He knows what he's doing.
And then he does a little Haruhi twirl and
and then
sends her on her way. Like, to Tamaki.
Go have fun, kids. And then we have the voiceover of the two dads still kind of talking, but this time they're like talking about Haruhi, and the chairman is like, yeah, Haruhi's a good fit, you know, Tamaki loves her, and Mr. Otori is like, well, I might have to steal her away to marry my Kyoya, you know, because obviously they've got to negotiate their marriages to other people.
We're in the 2000s. It doesn't exist anymore.
I guess it does in some echelons, higher echelons. But yeah, so now there's going to be a fight between the two dads of who gets to marry Sue. I mean,
nice.
Yeah, and
that's where we are.
That's how it ends. Well, I mean, then you get a quick cutscene of the hosts together in the host club room, and they're talking to you directly, and like, thanks for coming along. Thanks for coming in. We're always going to be here for you. Yeah, we're always here for you.
Come by anytime. They say, and then produce 0 more episodes. Thanks for that.
Yeah. 17 years later, we're still waiting to come back. We have not been invited to the host club.
Hashtag bring host club back.
Yeah, that is the next petition.
I can't words.
I cannot.
Just distraught.
Words bad.
So distraught over tonight.
I know. So that's how it ends, which is kind of a little bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Because you kind of want that, you know, the full realization of feelings between Tamaki and Haruhi, or at least even more of a, I wouldn't say hint, but, you know, just more of
more depth,
more action of that. Yeah, instead of you know, just a hug and like a dance, you know.
Overall, though, for a lighthearted anime, we got a little deep here at the end.
We did.
So it was good.
It was.
Good anime.
It was solid.
Good pick, Hannah.
Yeah.
I look forward to whatever you're going to pick next.
We'll see.
Baka, bye!